Today we have the privilege of speaking with Dr. Meenakshi Jain, a renowned historian whose work sheds light on various aspects of India's history. Dr. Jain, thank you for joining us. Thank you for having me. In your research, you have highlighted the complexities faced by individuals, particularly Rajputs who became Muslim Mansabdars. Could you elaborate on their situation? Dr. Meenakshi Jain says, certainly it is crucial to remember that those Rajputs who became Mughal Mansabdars didn't simply surrender their heritage, they were acutely aware of the need to maintain their cultural identity even in altered circumstances where their choices were limited. They had to navigate a fine line between survival and preserving their heritage. Many of them took measures such as commissioning histories of their families, which often contradicted the narratives propagated by the Mughal code. So these Rajput Mansabdars actively worked to preserve their legacies despite the challenges they faced under Mughal rule. Absolutely, they understood that history would judge them harshly if they abandoned their heritage. They took steps to ensure that their contributions and lineage were documented in a way that reflected their own perspective, even if it meant omitting certain alliances or compromises made with the Mughals. It is fascinating to see how individuals navigated such complex political and cultural landscapes. Moving on, could you shed some light on the efforts made by Indians to preserve their civilizational heritage, particularly in the face of adversity? Dr. Meenakshi Jain says, certainly, despite the challenges posed by colonial rule and subsequent events, Indians have consistently demonstrated a deep commitment to their cultural heritage, whether it is through architectural endeavors like the reconstruction of the Kashi Vishwanath temple or the efforts of scholars like Kavindara to advocate for the abolition of discriminatory practices. There is a rich history of resilience and dedication to preserving her heritage. It is evident that these efforts were often met with resistance and conflict. Could you share any notable instances where tensions arose over cultural or religious sites? One significant example is the conflict surrounding the Gyanvapi mosque in the early 19th century. The intense clashes between Hindu and Muslim communities underscored the deep-rooted tensions over sacred sites. Even British officials acknowledged the volatile nature of such disputes and proposed measures to mitigate further conflict, though they were not always implemented. It is a reminder of the complexities inherent in managing cultural diversity and religious sensitivities. Finally, could you touch upon the fate of cultural sites like the Kashi Vishwanath temple amidst changing political landscapes? The history of sites like the Kashi Vishwanath temple reflects the ebb and flow of power dynamics over the centuries. Despite periods of destruction and reconstruction, the enduring spirit of those who fought to preserve their heritage serves as a testament to the resilience of Indian civilization. Thank you, Dr. Jain, for sharing your insights into the intricate tapestry of Indian history and heritage. My pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity to discuss these important topics. Gurudev.